Genki Call here, and the time has come, my friends. The time to go over the boss, the myth, the legend, the eldritch god, Zuul'Goth. Time for Spotlight, and I have 30 codes with teams with Zuul'Goth in the description box below. That is a ton. Don't worry, we're not going over all of them right now, just some of my favorites. And a dozen of those teams are actually combined with High King Irongut for delving. So you'll find those at the bottom. You'll also find some teams for Guild Wars. Purple attack team, red attack team, blue attack team. So, first of all, let me briefly go over how one gets Zuul'Goth. Many people are able to get him right now because of the vault events. We have another one coming up next week, but the way that you craft him, you go in the Soul Forge, you have to unlock this up to level 10, and then you can craft him here under troops. But first, you have to have the means to do it. He is not easy to get. It took me a year to get him, and I only got him right about the time of the first Nomapalooza. It's not as hard now as it used to be, but you need 300 gems, 50,000 souls, and 8 power orbs. The power orbs are what slow people down, and the power orbs are down here. Each power orb takes 3 major orbs of ascension, 3 major orbs of growth, 3 major orbs of wisdom, and 10,000 souls. So that's why they're so hard to get. That's why you need to be very careful with your major orbs. Because if you ever want to get Zuul'Goth, you've got to have those resources. So let's share the first team. The first team is a tried and true from Tacet himself. And it is not that, obviously. That is a Phoenicia team. It's right here. It is the Flammifer, which creates 10 red gems, deals damage to an enemy boosted by red gems with a 2-to-1 ratio. Basically, the important thing is it creates 10 red gems. We've got the Thrall for mana accumulation. The Thrall is an amazing mana accumulator. We've got Zuul'Goth, who kills an enemy outright, burns and freezes all remaining enemies, and that is important because we're going to come back to that. And then he creates 12 skulls. Now, if you're afraid of those 12 skulls, because those can backfire, if you use Zuul'Goth correctly, those skulls will not be able to backfire on you most of the time. It can still happen, but if you play it right, then they won't backfire on you. And, I don't actually pay any attention to these traits of his. The only thing that you need to know is this is kill an enemy. This is called lethal damage. And there are a few troops in the game that players can have that are immune to lethal damage. They are, at this moment, the Leonis Tower, Enraged Kurindara, which is another boss troop, and the Dooms. That is all. That's all in the game that is immune to lethal damage. You can even cast this on himself. So if you find Zuul'Goth in PvP, target him immediately. Get rid of him so that he can't do the same to you. Anyway, let me show you this first team. Loading that up. Gonna grab the next team. While that's loading, there we go. So this is easy. You blow off Leprechaun. Leprechaun is one of my favorite mana generators because fast mana. Fast mana is very important. So we don't have any protection from the skulls with this team. However, the fact that Zuul'Goth burns and freezes all of the enemies is important. I mentioned that. And here's the thing. I'm using Slayer class. And the reason why Slayer is the fastest that you can use with Zuul'Goth is because become enraged when an enemy dies. Enraged is going to make you do an extra 50% attack. So my attack is 70 plus 35. That's 105 attack plus, forgot to show you. The most important thing is that down here, Fireblade, it's a level 100 talent, so you have to have it unlocked, but deal triple skull damage to burning enemies. So it's going to do over 300 damage with skulls once they're on fire. once they're enraged. So once one of them dies, which they will immediately when I cast with this. Now you can also use Warlord. Warlord, it's not quite as efficient as Slayer, but anyway, anything with Fireblade is going to help. The Enrage helps. I'll give you a visual on Warlord in a minute to explain what I'm talking about. But basically, the number one thing you need to remember with Zul'Goth is that there are God Slayers out there. You know, those troops that we use in Raid Boss to do up to 5 times damage in Raid Boss? On Zuul'Goth, those are the troops you need to watch out for. And I can't remember what they are in this place, but all you have to do is click on these. And actually, I can see it'll be the 3rd trait here. And this is it, Godslayer. This is exactly what you need to watch out for. So anytime you are fighting in PvP or you're doing an explore, make sure you take out the Godslayer first or you will lose your Zuul'Goth. So we'll take her out first. I'm enraged. All I have to do is, I'm almost dead, but all I have to do is get 1 hit with this hero. And this guy will be dead. However, I can't actually do that without him immediately killing me. So I'm going to use the Thrall to get rid of all of those skulls on the board and then do this. Immediate death. I'm enraged again because of the death. I just do this, and the nice thing about Zuul'Goth, you will insta-kill through their barrier. It doesn't matter if they're barriered. You will still take them out in 1 shot. So that is the first team, and that is completely... Okay, and I told you I would show you Warlord. Let me show you Slayer. I'll give you the visual here. Here's Fireblade, level 100 talent. Warlord also has that level 100 talent, and people say pretty much that Warlord is a crappy, not a great class. However, it's not there. It is here. So we can start with a Firestorm, which is important for that particular team. This right here, become enraged on 4+ gem matches. So it's not as efficient where immediately as soon as you get a kill, you get enraged, but if you make any match 4+, you will be enraged, and it has Fireblade. So Warlord will work as well, just not as good. And then we also have other classes like there's Sunspear, which is good because Sunspear has a Firestorm at the beginning of every turn, and also this, Root Trap. Entangle the first enemy at the start of battle, which will help keep you from dying from your own skulls. So there are others that have Fireblade, but I just wanted to give you just a sampling of what you can do here. Now, most of the teams you're going to see for quick Explore 12s with Zuul'Goth are going to capitalize on that triple skull damage or the extra skull damage from the burn that you get from Zuul'Goth. However, there is another way, and this is one of my favorite teams. It is my favorite team for leveling classes because you can use it with any class. You don't need Fireblade because you have Borealis. Borealis is not here to cast. I mean, he can, but the important thing is this. Deal triple skull damage to frozen enemies. And he has skull damage by 65%. So it doesn't matter if you get hit by skulls. It's going to be reduced so much that that it doesn't matter. Now the team code down below has Warden class because that's what I was leveling the last time that I was using this team. I'm going to switch it to what do I need to... Assassin. I need to level Assassin. So I'm going to switch it to Assassin. It really doesn't matter what class you use. And that's the beauty of this team. Again, we have Thrall and Zuul'Goth. The Jar of Eyes is in here because it's going to blow up a bunch of gems, more mana accumulation, and it's going to start an Ice Storm to feed Zuul'Goth and itself. And I love this team. It's great. You can use the Essence of Evil here instead. Some people prefer the Essence of Evil in this spot. And that is good. The Essence of Evil is good because you can use it on the first slot and it will entangle them. Also does not mana block Zuul'Goth at all, so that's always nice as well. Let me show you how this team works. I got this team from Boomstick Fancy Pants. Love Boomstick. Thank you so much. This is one of you've given me a lot of favorite teams actually, and I really appreciate that because you've made my gaming life so much more fun, and I appreciate that. And I get to share all of this with everyone else. So here we go. We're going to take out the one that has the mana. We'll just do that. Now, some of them are immune to freeze, which is not cool, but so you won't get the triple skull damage on anything that's got immunity to freeze, but it is still very fast, as you just saw. And I'll just blow this off, get some more mana. We'll do this again, and we'll take them out with Zuul'Goth. Ah, I love this team. All right, now I have another one here that is dependent upon that burn that Zuul'Goth does. I'll show you that one next. This is one that I created for delving at depths of sin. And so I was very limited by what I could put here to put them right. I was limited by the colors. So I got Pure Faction. I'm sorry, I said Pure Faction. I meant Faction 500. Obviously not Pure. Faction 500 at Depths of Sin with this team. This guy is a tank. You blow him off and he gains life and armor. So if you're in trouble with him, just go ahead and cast with him. He has skull damage reduction by 50%, and he does double skull damage versus burning enemies. Now, sure, it's not as good as Fireblade, but not everybody has their classes leveled up to 100 so that they can use that talent. This team is for you. And if you don't have Borealis, Volcanic Golem, look at his rarity. He's right in the middle of the road. He is low rarity. He's not a legendary. Therefore, he should be easy to get. We've got Thrall, we've got Rope Dart, and Zuul'Goth. Rope Dart, for those that don't have it yet, it eliminates all of the armor, pulls them to the front, and entangles them. So if you don't have Rope Dart, just throw it, dump the Essence of Evil in here and change the banner so that you're not minus green, I would say. I'm using Tide Collar with this to level it up, and also where'd I go? I'm also using Tide Collar because it has a cheap version of Lightning Strike. And let me give you a visual on Lightning Strike. So Lightning Strike is a level 70 talent that explodes 1 yellow gem on 4+ gem matches. And there are multiple teams that have that, or not teams, but classes that have that ability, but with it's a level 70 talent, but with Tide Collar, you get the ability, basically it's the same thing, except it's a blue gem, and you can get it for trait stones or a minor orb of wisdom. So it's the cheap version of Lightning Strike. And so I need to level up Tide Collar, all of my other classes with Lightning Strike are leveled, so I'm just going to use this one. That's what the team code shows. You can change it to whatever you like, as it doesn't actually matter. What's important is this right here, and that we don't lose him would be good, but we're gonna, there we go. We've got some mana for the Thrall. Thrall's the most important thing. As soon as this is ready to go, you don't want to immediately lose your tank here. So what I'm going to do is Rope Dart gets an extra turn. If you have it upgraded, you get an extra turn. So it's a free cast. And who do I want to take up front and get rid of? Her, because she is the God Slayer. I should have just taken her out, but I'll take her out with skulls right now. We'll get rid of this guy. Just like that. Oh, it's beautiful. I love an efficient team. All right, we'll go ahead. We'll strip the armor off of that one. We'll take this guy out with that, and another really fast team. It's a great alternative for people that don't have that 100 level, that level 100 talent for Fireblade. Next, this team is one that I just got in a stream this week from player Max Power. Max, thank you for this team. I love it. I've heard of this team before. He may not have created the team, I don't know, but it's the first time I've seen it, and he gave it to me. So, what we've got here is Greed, who gains gold equal to his life, gain life, and gain an extra turn. So, the gold is important here. The also important here is that he starts battles with full mana. And basically, we're going to take the Bronzelock pistol, which is the class... Is it the class weapon for Corsair? Let me look. Let me just look here. I think it is. No, that's Plunder and Peril. Okay, but it is a weapon from Blackhawk. It does damage to an enemy, which doesn't really matter. What matters is it's going to blow up the board boosted by gold collected. So the more gold you get and the faster you get it, the better explosion you're going to get from the Bronzelock's pistol. Cedric Sparkleshack is here for this bonus gold. You're not actually going to cast with him, generally speaking. And then Zuul'Goth. So seems like a bit of a weird setup, but it works really well. This is fantastic for anybody that is gold farming and farming niches at the same time. So you're going to get lots of gold, and you're going to get, you know, if you're doing level 12 explorers or anything 10 and above, you've got a good chance at getting, well, good is not exactly right, but you'll have a chance at getting niches from doing these high-level explorers. So what I need to do first is fill up my hero. I need brown, I need blue, and I don't have either one, so I'll just take purple. I'll take the blue and the brown. It takes a minute to get going, but watch this. Boom. Now, Greed is full again, but it doesn't matter. You don't need to cast with him again. I've got 100% of the gold that I'm allowed to have. I'm just going to blow things up again. Just target this guy down here. And start killing things. Kapow! Wah ha ha ha. Now, it's not as fast as some of the other teams. However, you're getting money from it. I mean, it's a good team for getting lots of money. So, we're just going to do that. We'll take out the one with the most points, and then we'll do this, and done. Yay! Another really good team, and thank you, Max Power, for sharing it with me. Next up is my current favorite team. A lot of people have come up with this basic team when Centuragon came out, and everybody seems to use a different weapon for it. I'm using Elementalist class because Elementalist's third trait is crazy. It's insane. Stun, freeze, burn, and entangle a random enemy when matching 4+ gems. You're going to get plenty of match 4 gems. We're starting off with Elementalist with a dust storm, so we'll have lots of brown stuff falling down. Centuragon is here. He's going to blow things up. There need to be skulls on the board, which we're going to get from Zuul'Goth, and he has a chance to create these wild cards. He also has a chance to devour. He's just really fun to use and really fast. But since we have all that brown, I thought, well, let's take all that brown and turn it into Doom Skulls. More stuff for Centuragon to change into wild cards to feed Zuul'Goth, and of course, Leprechaun is here for fast mana. Dun, 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 dun. Lagging. Alright, blow things up. Kapow! We've got that dust storm going on, so lots of brown. I already have alignment here. I wish that I had... Oh, there we go. That doesn't help. I was really hoping that I could get... Oh, it doesn't matter. I still have alignment right here. Ha 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 ha. Alright. we're going to do this. Watch this. Boom. I love it. And then we do this. And we have full mana. Everybody's entangled. Everybody's stunned. It's just a fantastic team. We have alignment for this again. You can use pretty much any weapon you want here. Although I do recommend not mana blocking Zuul'Goth. Oh, seriously. It doesn't matter. We're going to blow things up. He's going to die from the explosion right here. And I think, I'm pretty sure that this is an old team code I was using from back when, Token of a New, yay! All right, cool. I think this team code is one that I had from when I was first leveling Elementalist, because I did not see Lightning Strike. Aha. Yes, I did not have Lightning Strike selected, so let me copy this team code and I will put it into my little cheat sheet to put into the description box below so that, you know, if you have it unlocked beyond where I have it, of course you'll need to put in that final trait. But let's see, that was Doomed Glaive, or any yellow or green weapon is what I've got here. So I'm going to share one more regular team with you, and then I'm going to show you another one in a delve. And let me save this. There we go. And heading back in. Here we go. All right, let's... What was I doing? Right, manage, paste. Here's another really good one. This works... Actually, this is the one I was going to show you in the delve. Haha. So one more for the video, and I'm going to take you down into a delve to show it to you. I love the synergy that we have going on with this team. I'm going to take you into Eldrazi. It's only, quote unquote, only level 350. I don't have it up to 500 yet. I'm working on it. So we've got Rope Dart, which I mentioned before. It's going to take off all their armor, pull them to the front, entangle them, and you get an extra turn, right? We've got Thrall and Zuul'Goth. We already went over those. And Lyrasza. I don't use this spell. I use her for the Madness Storm, and that means at the start of every single turn, unless she's stunned, she's going to be conjuring a combination of blue and purple. So we've got a combination of ice and dark storms. And the blue and purple, this whole team is filled with blue and purple. And you'd think, well, how's Lyrasza ever supposed to cast a spell? She's mana blocked. It doesn't matter. There's going to be so much mana on the board that it does not matter. The problem is getting things started. So if you are not finding purple mana to blow off here, it does slow things down, just like is happening right this minute. So this is a good example of what can happen. We just need some purple mana. Come on. Give me mana. I want it. There we go. All right, now that we've got some mana at last, we'll do this. Zuul'Goth is already ready to go. There's so much blue and purple on this board. The combination of Thrall and Lyrasza is incredibly powerful. I love it. And it's just really efficient, and that is something that's important to me and something that I really value. So yeah, you'll hear me talking about that kind of stuff a lot, but blow things up. Got Zuul'Goth ready to go again. Blow things up, take things out. I could go ahead and use the Rope Dart, but there's really no reason to, because we're immediately going to kill them. Done. Just that easily. Super troop. He costs a lot for a reason, and there are, as I said, 30 team codes in the description box for you below. Hopefully I've covered everything I wanted to cover, but nonetheless, there's a lot of information here in this video for you at the end here, popping up here pretty soon. If it hasn't yet, there should be a link to when I crafted my Zuul'Goth, and in the description there is a timestamp for where I first headed into the Soul Forge to do it. So if you're interested, you can check that out. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this. Have fun with the teams. Don't forget there are Guild Wars teams down there. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!